Hear ye, minifigs of past and future. Welcome to another video by Minifigs in Space. I am your host, Brian. So looking back at the box art and magazines from the 1980s through 1990s, it would appear that the inhabitants of LEGO Space and LEGO Castle are no strangers, even though one could fairly critique the extent LEGO went to marketing this unique partnership. However, you may be surprised to see how effective it is to mash the minifig parts and accessories to make characters that can fit in, honestly, either the medieval or sci-fi era. Now that you are familiar with the point of this video, we are going to be a bit more selective on parts than the previous example, and we are going to kick it off with Sir Blacktron, a truly dark and sinister lord on a distant medieval planet. The torso and legs are from the Galactic Bounty Hunter, and honestly, I think this figure can work well in a general medieval setting, as there is nothing that's blatantly sci-fi about the aesthetic. And now, I would like to introduce you to the Spyrus Falcons. As both a spy and a thief, it is very helpful to have an aerial view of the region you are infiltrating. So creating a jetpack soldier for the Spyrus Falcons seemed to be a very natural thing to do. The jetpack itself is pretty straightforward to build, so we are going to move along with the rest of the Spyrus Falcon Knights. This is Sir Kit with a laser spear, and this is his one-eyed pal called Sir Eyeball, or Survival, however you want to pronounce it. And Sir Eyeball is equipped with a laser/sword type accessory thingy. I believe there is a lot of potential to explore this Spyrus Falcon theme a little bit further in the future, so if you are interested, please let me know in the comments below. Swinging into the action is Rocket Hood, the legendary leader of a band of merry spacemen. His laser gun is a modified weapon from Nexonites, which also was a mashup of sorts. And you may have noticed that instead of a feather, he has a Galaxy Squad mosquitoid antenna in his cap. However, unfortunately for him, the owner of the antenna had his feelers hurt, and so he is out to get this hero. With a little help from alien bounty hunter Dragonfly. He is called Dragonfly because he has the Dragonite symbol on his torso and is a fly. As you can tell, I love puns and being very literal when I can. Anyway, Dragonfly is equipped with a high-tech jetpack powered by a glowing red energy crystal, and he has a sci-fi battle axe that is laser-tipped. And moving along, we have yet another sci-fi villain that I am calling Nightmare, because he is using night parts and also a head from LEGO Dreamzzz. With night vision goggles and some menacing laser weapons, this is not a guy you want to encounter on a dark and stormy night. If you have watched the old Space Police 3 short films, you may have seen that they used the LEGO troll face from LEGO Castle in the background as one of the aliens. So I decided to put the trolls in space and also threw in Slizer into the mix because, well, his face and his body armor looks pretty close to the trolls from LEGO Castle. The minifigure that uses mostly troll parts has a very unique helmet. It is the LEGO Castle troll helmet, except in the color black, which was never in official production, so it is a prototype or test mold brick. The armor used on both minifigures comes from LEGO Ninjago, and it has very quickly become one of my favorite pieces to use for sci-fi minifigures. And lastly, I have this wacky minifigure that was too absurd to leave out of the video. With the aid of a heads-up display, this minifigure is supposed to be able to solve the headshot problem that plagued knights in the medieval era when they peeked their heads above the walls to fire crossbows. They're still trying to work out the bugs with a wireless system, so in the meantime it is hooked up to a handheld remote to fire when needed. And with that, my brave knights, we have come to the conclusion of this week's video. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope if nothing else you were slightly humored and also inspired to try mixing up medieval with sci-fi in your own LEGO minifigure collection. This video was inspired by a young subscriber who requested some castle-related ideas, so I hope you enjoyed it, my friend. And until next time, everyone, keep building your universe.